Hello and welcome to StratiGG, where we like to geek out, spread fun, love and snuggles in strategy games and more. I am Snuggliona and today we are going to take a look at Risk Global Domination, and I'm going to take you through the very basics of the game to get you in and rolling those dice and ranking up as soon as possible. Risk Global Domination is available both on mobile apps and on PC. This is the main menu screen. At the top left, we have the menu where you can access settings and other various ways to customize your game. Next to that button, we have the leaderboard. There are currently two main leaderboards, the 1v1 leaderboard and the free-for-all leaderboard. As you can see, I'm currently sitting at 528th in the world. I am a Grandmaster. Next we have battle points. These are a generic reward system in the game. So every game you play, you are awarded some battle points. Think of this like your experience points in a kind of leveling up system. And as you play more and more, you get more of these experience battle points. And then when you achieve the various levels, you'll unlock a few nice freebies, both customizations and free gems, which you can then spend to unlock more in the customization and cosmetics shops. Speaking of customization and cosmetics, if you click on your portraits, it brings you to this screen, and again if you go to the cog, you can go to the edit avatar, and this will bring you to the full customization optional suites for your personal Risk avatar. You can choose the frame that your avatar will sit in. You can choose your preferred color. You can select from various cool looking dice, and you can also choose the look of your troops that you see when you roll the dice in the game. Going back to our profile, this screen allows you to track your various statistics in the game, as well as access those individual customization and options again. So if you scroll down, you can see your total games played, hours played, and your various performance statistics in several different game modes. Next, this icon that you can see here, these are your coins. If you are new to the game, you will receive a certain number of coins per day on a free account, and then every time you start a game, it costs so many of these coins. So on the free account, you can only play so many games per day. However, if you look on mine, it does show I have infinite coins. That is because I chose to purchase the premium version of the game, which is only a one-time purchase, and then you can play as many games as you like. So if you're just dipping your toe in and you're on the free version, the amount of coins you get should allow you to play several games per day, so it'll still allow you to have quite a bit of fun with the game. Whereas if you find you enjoy the game, why not just make that one single time payment to get the premium, and then you can play it as much as you like. And that's exactly what I decided to do. Next we have gems. This is the in-game currency that you can use to buy various map packs and all the other various customizational cosmetics that we saw before. We have the Risk Friends menu in the top right. Here you can see which friends you have already made. You can send some invites, and you can accept invites that other people have sent you. Down at the bottom left of the screen, hiding there under our little snuggle monster, is the Discord button, or as I like to call it, the Riscord button. Is pretty self-explanatory. If you click this button, it will take you to the Risk Global Domination Discord community. And I must say, if you're planning on sticking around and playing this game, hit that button, because the Risk community is one of the nicest, new player-friendly communities I've ever experienced online. Please hit this button, come and join us. We'd love to have you on the Discord. There's tons of activity there, and it opens up the game so much more. So I hope to see you there. Here over on the bottom right hand side of the screen, underneath our logo, we have the news button. This is where we will see several bits of news and bulletins from the developers. And then we have the shop. This is where we get all our goodies. So you have your bundles, the offers on sale, daily deals, these change over time, and then you also have a customization section which also change over time. To purchase these, you require the in-game currency, that is gems. You can purchase gems in various bundles, and you will also be allotted a certain amount of free gems as you progress through the experience system and gain levels. Heading into the battle menu, this is where you are going to choose what kind of game you want to play. The ranked menu in the center will not be available to you new players just joining us in the game. In order to get this unlocked, you will have to play 3 solo games. And so, in the interest of getting you into the game, getting this rank system and leaderboards unlocked for you, so you can work on ranking up and trying to ascend the rank system of Risk and climb that leaderboard, you should try and clear those 3 games as the very first thing that you do in the game. I'm going to show you a very quick way to get those out of the way so you can get into the real games, the ranked games, as soon as possible. So you want to look for the France map. We're going to stick to the basic settings here, which will be World Domination. These 3 settings at the bottom left will not be available to non-premium players. if you hit the modifiers button, you can go into the options. We're not going to cover much about this at the moment. That will come in later tutorial videos. However, for now, look for these settings and then we're going to hit the play. As you can see, it would cost 5 coins to play this game. You can clear all 3 solo games with your starting coins, so that shouldn't be an issue. We want to remove all but one bot to make it as quick as possible, and then we're going to head into the game. Now, covering the basics of the combat system, or the ways to win. Now, each player has a turn every single round. Every player's turn consists of 3 phases. You have the draft phase, you have the attack phase, and then you have the fortify phase. Now, as you can see, we have been lucky enough to start in the first position. This turn order position will be completely random every single game, and you have a maximum of 6 players in any one game. So we are in the draft phase, which is phase 1. In the draft phase, you receive a certain amount of reinforcement troops. Now, the amount of troops you gain in this draft phase depends on a couple of different factors. The first factor is everybody, no matter all the other criteria, will receive 3 reinforcement troops every single turn. The second criteria, the second factor to consider when trying to calculate how many reinforcement troops you are going to get, is the number of individual territories that you currently occupy on the map. Once you have 12 territories, you will then gain 1 additional reinforcement troop each turn in the draft phase. As you can see, we're starting with 4 because we have held a total of 13 starting territories, which has put us above that 12 territory threshold, giving us that +1 additional troop. Now, for every 3 additional territories that you hold above 12 territories, you will gain another additional 1 troop per turn. The second way that you can seek to increase your number of reinforcement troops per turn is by trying to take and hold a continent, or otherwise known as a bonus. Now, if you hit the C key on your keyboard, it will bring up this menu. As you can see, the map is split into several different continents. Each continent being afforded a certain number of bonus troops if you can manage to capture and hold that continent. If you hold one of these continents at the beginning of your turn, you will be given that number of bonus troops in addition to both your 3 standard troops per turn and whatever bonus you manage to accrue from holding territories. So, I'm not going to go into much strategy in this video. I'm just going to seek to tell you about the bare basics. I'm going to work on trying to beat this computer player as quickly as possible. As you can see there, at the end of my turn, I received a territory card. Now, you can receive one territory card each turn. In order to receive a territory card, you must have attacked and taken at least one territory in that turn. Once you have a set of cards at the beginning of your turn in your draft phase, you can then trade in that set of cards for an additional amount of bonus troops at the start of your turn. Now, as you can imagine, the strategy on when and if to trade in cards at what time can become quite in-depth and complex, and we'll no doubt cover that in future videos. So again, we're in the draft phase. We managed to maintain 12 territories, so we get the one additional troop. We place our reinforcements troops. We then move into the attack phase. You can see as I select a territory to attack from, I then select a territory to attack to. It brings up this screen. For now, all you need to know in order to get through these solo games is that you just need to click these dice symbols and it will roll the attack against the enemy. And you should be looking at having more troops from where you're attacking from than the territory you're attacking in to try and guarantee a victory. Once you've made the attack, you can then choose to select how many troops you want to fortify across over into that territory that you've just taken. We are trying to get through this as quickly as possible, so I'm just going to send all of the troops and I'm going to continue attacking. And I'm going to attack every single territory that I can, because as we've just discussed, the more territories we hold, the more bonus reinforcements troops we're going to get at the beginning of our next turn, and the fewer our opponent will get at the beginning of their turn. Now, as we end the attack phase, we move into our fortify phase. In this phase, you can select one territory to fortify troops from and select the territory you want to fortify to, as long as those two territories are connected. So for instance, I can choose to bring this 3 onto this 4. I can choose how many I want to bring across. I'm going to bring across all of them. And then we end our fortify phase, which in turn ends our turn, and we gain another card because we did indeed take a territory in our turn. And so we just want to try and complete this as quickly as possible. Again, you have to complete 3 of these games before you can unlock the ranked section of the battle menu, which is where the real competition takes place, where you can gain rank points being what you accrue over time to climb up the leaderboard and gain higher ranks on that leaderboard. The ranks in this game are novice, beginner, intermediate, expert, master, and then grandmaster. The ranking system works off an ELO-like system, a bit like chess. As you can see in the draft phase, you don't have to place all your reinforcements troops in one place. You can choose to split them so that you can make several different attacks in several different areas on your turn. And that is the first victory attained. If you follow the tips that I laid out in this basic tutorial, you should be able to get through 3 of these games in no time at all. One last thing before we end this game. You should go to your settings and ensure that camera animations are turned off, because when camera animations are turned on, it slows down how quickly you can attack, which is a real handicap in this game, unfortunately, because as you'll see in later videos, one of the settings that you can choose in ranked games is a turn timer. So in these solo games there is no turn timer. You have as long as you like to make your turn. However, in a ranked game there will be a timer up there, and you will have a limited amount of time to complete your turn before it just skips to the next person. So I highly recommend turning off camera animations, because this drastically slows down how quickly you can attack and move on to attacking other territories. As you can see, we earned a few battle points from that victory. And those are the very basics, guys. So you need to complete 3 of those solo games. I suggest just rinsing and repeating on the France map against 1 AI opponent. Get those 3 matches out of the way as soon as possible, and then you can unlock ranked and begin to climb the leaderboard and increase your risk rank from novice all the way up to grandmaster, as I have done. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the community. This game is incredibly fun, easy to pick up, and as I said before, the online community is really welcoming of new players. If you do decide to come and pick up the game, make sure to hit the Discord button and come and join our Discord community. Tons of advice, tons of people helping other new players, and I hope to see you there. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the content, why not hit the subscribe and like buttons so that you don't miss out on future content. See you next time for some more fun, love and snuggles in our never-ending quest for the GG.